With the Olympics in the offing, but just out of his reach, Canada's Christopher Mabey now sets his sights on an international championship to end his season. Nobunari Oda's ticket to Turin was booked. Then, in a dramatic reversal of fortune, canceled. Today, the Japanese junior star regroups. Fate smiled on Belbin and Augusto. She was granted U.S. citizenship at the 11th hour, and they will go to Turin as favorites. But first, an Olympic dress rehearsal. For Canada's Virtue and Moyer, the Olympics can wait. Today, they'll test the senior world ranks for the very first time. Just over 2 years ago, the Grand Prix final was settled here at the World Arena in Colorado Springs. Today, this building is home to the Four Continents Figure Skating Championships in a city accustomed to crowning champions in this sport. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Lee, along with Barb Underhill and Paul Martini as we get set for day 2 of our coverage from Colorado Springs. It's the men's and ice dance competition today, and the men's event features a young man from Japan who, for about an hour, thought he was going to the Olympics and then had his hopes crushed when a scoring error was determined at his national championships and the results were reversed.
And it was a crushing disappointment for the young Japanese rising star Nobunari Oda, who for 1 hour thought he was going to the Olympic Games and then realized that he was going to have to wait another 4 years. The good news was he was named to the world team, which happens after the Olympics in March. Canadian Christopher Mabey is here. He's carrying similar feelings of disappointment as well. He had an outstanding skate at his national championships, but narrowly missed that Olympic team. What's important for him here is to skate well enough to qualify for next year's Grand Prix season.
The ice dance competition here in Colorado Springs features the United States' best Olympic medal prospects in the sport of figure skating in Belbin and Augusto.
And 1 month ago, we would not have been able to say that because Tanith Belmont at that point did not have her American citizenship. But right at the very end of the calendar year, she was given that citizenship, and they have to be regarded as maybe the only team that can challenge Navka and Kostomarov, the reigning world champions, for that Olympic gold medal. We'll get a chance to see them here. From a Canadian perspective, Tessa Virtue and Scott Moore, who are the current junior Grand Prix final champions, are in this competition, and they're really going to get a taste of what it's like to compete at the senior level for the first time.
Paul will see the ice dance later in the program. Up first, though, it's the men, and here are the standings after the short program. Nobunari Oda of Japan in first, Matthew Savoy second, Canada's Chris Mabey right there in third, followed by Marc-Andre Craig. Michael Weiss, veteran American, way down in ninth place. As a big ovation goes up here at the World Arena for this American skater, a 2-time world bronze medalist, a 3-time U.S. champion, now in the twilight of his career. He was 4th this year at the U.S. Nationals, and there's some speculation as to whether this may well be his last international competition.
Opens with a double axel, which was a planned triple. He has a second triple axel planned here. And another double into a triple toe loop.
Difficult blow for Weiss to finish 1 place off the podium at the U.S. Championships and not qualify for the Torino Olympic Winter Games. Johnny Weir, Evan Lysacek and Matthew Savoy going to the Olympics for the USA ahead of him.
And another miss on an axel, and you have to wonder what his motivation is out here today. Not getting a spot on that Olympic team. This is very likely his final competition, and I think in his heart, he wants it to be a good one, but it's not turning out that way for him.
He has talked about wanting to perform his last competition on home ice in the United States, leading to the speculation that this may well be it.
Triple flip, triple toe combination, but clearly the second jump was two-footed on the landing. And Barb, you mentioned what might his motivation be, and of course his motivation for continuing to skate this season was to make the trip to Turin for the Torino Winter Olympics. But his results of the past 12 to 48 months have indicated that that was going to be tough for him. For a man who had captured 2 world bronze medals, his appearances on the podium had been very scarce.
He has one appearance on the Grand Prix circuit this year in France. He was 6th. His results have indeed been in decline. Starting to feel the altitude here at 6,000 feet above sea level.
Try as he may, there was to be no triple axel in this program today. And I think had this been a competition of a greater magnitude, you would be very critical of his performance management, because he left points on the table by continuing to attempt the triple axel jump.
And you see the crowd is standing here. They're not standing for the performance here today. They're standing for the career that has spanned several years. Obviously, this wasn't the performance he wanted to end with, but this is what he had. Here was triple flip, triple toe combination.
Another jump that went well for him was the triple Lutz jump. Good height, nice tight air position. You see him here in the kiss and cry. His wife Lisa to the left, his coach Don Laws on the right.
And that prolonged ovation now subsiding as we await the marks, but truly respect for a decorated U.S. skater, as I mentioned, a former U.S. champion and twice a world bronze medalist. Now the scores for Michael Weiss of the U.S. for technical elements, 50.03. You see his personal best is 133. This will be well below that. The program components, 62.30. For a score of 112.33, this will not be enough for Michael Weiss to threaten the podium here in what may well be his last hurrah in international figure skating. Currently, Michael Weiss of the U.S. is ranked in 2nd place. Still to come, the world junior champion from Japan, Nobunari Oda, is next when we come back to the World Arena. Brings as our coverage of the 4 continents figure skating championships continues at the World Arena. This is the reigning world junior champion from Japan, Nobunari Oda. He's coached by his mother, Noriko Oda, and Lee Barkell of Canada, and this young man's been through quite a bit in the last month or so. For an hour, he thought he was on his way to the Olympic Winter Games after winning the gold medal at the Japanese Championships, but a scoring error was detected, and the score was reversed, and the gold medal was given instead to Daisuke Takahashi. So this young man is now preparing himself for the World Championships in March in Calgary. He's first after the short program.
Opening with the triple axel.
Oh.
Oh.
Ouch. That is a skater's worst nightmare when it comes to executing an axel jump. To go right clean off your heel, no contact with the toe pick, and he is not sure where he is right now.
What's he doing?
Probably trying to get his focus back, listening to his music, trying to figure out where the program is and where he should be.
Going to set up for triple X combination here. And he got that focus back pretty quick, I'd say.
Another difficult jump scheduled here, connecting steps into a triple Salchow.
Now he's stopped again. Oh, he must be in pain.
The power of adrenaline is an amazing, amazing chemical. I mean, he clearly was stunned and hurt after the fall on the axle. He came back, produced a fantastic three-jump combination, and is now obviously still feeling the pain from that initial fall.
There's his mother, his coach, looking on and obviously concerned. And he's going to continue again.
And he has a triple axel planned just ahead here.
See, and until the referee of the competition has been given some indication from the skater that they wish to stop, the music is to play on, and that's exactly what's happened here.
And he nails a beautiful triple axel.
Boy, this is mental toughness at its best.
This is not only an amazing accomplishment for him, but what it also does is it puts the judges into a very difficult situation, because he's basically skated through at least 30, 40 seconds of this program with absolutely no content. So that has to be reflected in the second mark.
Coaches now giving him some encouragement to continue. Oda is only 18. What a terrific year. First at NHK, third at Skate Canada, and fourth just off the podium at the Grand Prix final in Osaka.
Well, I don't think we've seen a performance under this new scoring system where this has transpired, so it's going to be most interesting to see what kind of marks he gets on the second mark. No doubt his first marks will still be very good because he's executed some outstanding content along the course of the way. And he seems to be, even at this rarefied air, gaining strength as he goes along.
And you know what's going through his mind? Hey, I was first after the short program. I don't want to ruin everything by not continuing here. Wow, Nobunari Oda persevering through a hazardous-looking fall and completing an unusual free skate here at the Four Continents Figure Skating Championships, pushing himself to finish this long program after clearly being injured in that fall on the triple axel.
And the audience is acknowledging the fight that he had. Several of them are standing. Here's a look at that opening jump. You see he goes right off that edge, back off the heel, does not get up into the air, and hits those boards hard. But for about 30 seconds, I would say, of that program, he was skating around. There's the second triple axel, perfectly landed.
And here was the combination that he executed right after that hard fall. A triple, triple, double combination. Extremely difficult, and yet he got it done.
He's crying, tears in his eyes after that very brave skate following the mishap at the very beginning. Here are the marks now for Nobunari Oda. Technical elements high, 60.84.
Well, as Paul mentioned, he had some very good content.
Program components, 64.56.
I'm surprised. I thought those marks would be lower, given the fact that he didn't perform a big segment of the program.
So first after the short program, and currently adding his free skate to the total, he is first overall. What a performance. What a save by Nobunari Oda of Japan. So he's consoled and encouraged by his coaches, and obviously disconsolate, and still coming to terms for what was a rocky free skate. Still ahead, Canada's Chris Mabey, third after the short program. He skates when we return to Colorado Springs. As we await Canada's Marc-Andre Craig from Saint-Hubert, Quebec. And he's having a very good competition here at the Four Continents Championships. His performance in the short program, 65.62, ranks him in fourth place coming in. That's a personal best performance by Marc-Andre Craig, who just a couple of years ago was 11th at the Canadian Championships, didn't get any international assignments from Skate Canada, felt he improved over the summer and sent a videotape to the Canadian officials asking for another chance. They sent him off to the Neville Horn Trophy event, and he was first, and that seemed to get him back on track.
Marc-Andre has a very consistent triple axel, and he'll attempt 2 of them in this program. Opening with one right here. And he turns out of the landing there.
But it's ever so important to remember that in this new scoring system, the most important thing about any jump attempt is to fully rotate it, and he did that with that jump.
Setting up here for a triple-triple combination. Triple flip. Triple toe. Very nice.
this where he really needs to exaggerate the knee action, to make those edges work, to give us a feeling that he's really into the ice and in control. The kind of thing that gets represented in how well you score on that second mark.
Second attempt at the triple axel, but he just didn't get the lift off the ice to get the rotation. I think he's showing that he's a little bit tired here.
Marc-Andre was 6th at the Canadian Championships, up from 8th last year. And he says he will base his decision to move on or compete next year based on what he did at the Nationals. Still hasn't made a decision, but had set his goals as 2010 in Vancouver. He's currently coaching as well. He has 15 young students under his watch in Brossard, Quebec.
There's one fundamental aspect of his skating that really needs to improve if he hopes to move to the next level, and that's his general speed. He's got to get moving out there. There's just no speed to this program whatsoever.
Marc-Andre Craig of Saint-Hubert, Quebec, exhausted after his free skate at altitude here in Colorado Springs, trying to come from 4th place after the short program.
Some pretty good content in this program. Here is a beautiful combination triple flip. Great knee action on the landing of that, straight up into the triple toe loop. And that combination alone racks up about 9.5 points. So he did well to get that combination in. Here's a look at another triple flip jump.
Marc-Andre Craig with his coach, José Normand, awaiting his scores here. This is the biggest event he's been in since getting back into some international assignments. And for technical elements, 57.28. As I mentioned, he had a terrific short program, his best ever. Program component 63.22. And so his free skate total 120.50. And his overall score here at the Four Continents Championships will rank him 2nd overall, 186.12, with some of the more highly touted competitors still to come. So we'll see if Marc-Andre Craig can hang on to a spot on the podium.
Our next competitor represents Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christopher Maybe.
Chris Maybe from Tillsonburg, Ontario, 3rd after the short program, skating in his first season of senior international competition. On the Grand Prix circuit this year, he was 4th at NHK, 4th at the Canadian Championships after a disastrous short program when he was 8th at a strong free skate with 8 triples, but not enough to overcome Sean Sawyer, who got that 3rd and final spot to Torino.
here for his triple axel. And he nails it.
So far, this performance relative to the one he delivered at Canadians looks so much more relaxed and easygoing.
And he hangs on to a triple Lutz, triple toe combination.
We heard his coach Doug Lee say just before he started, relax, breathe.
There's just so much on the line for those competitors at the Canadian Championships. You can just almost cut the tension in the air.
Chris has been working with Laurie Nickel on his choreography in the free skate, learning to hold the moment, as it were, and learning to show how the simplest of movements or turning a head can be profound. Oh, he's on.
Another good combination, double axel, triple toe. Some difficulty with the landing of that triple Lutz. It looked like it didn't have quite enough height to enable him to hit a solid landing position. Unfortunately, he's had difficulty with the last two jumps that he has attempted, and I think what we're seeing is the fatigue factor is playing a role here.
Much more expressive than any of the men we've seen today.
I think his work with Laurie Nickel and David Wilson has really paid off. You see a whole different performance level with Chris this year, and he really looks like he belongs in the senior circuit now.
And most importantly, begins to understand what it takes and what you have to do to get to that next level. When you've made that transition in terms of understanding the cell, the performance, the interpretation of a program, you move to the next level.
That's the best free skate of the day, and it goes to this young man from Tillsonburg, Christopher Mabey, exhausted at high altitude here in the Rockies, but he has to be ecstatic with that. Couple of wobbles, but a strong skate.
Well, he landed a beauty of a triple axel off the top here. Very straight in the air, solid landing. That combined with this triple-triple combination will set him up very nicely on the technical mark, even though he did have a couple of misses later in the program. Should be enough to stay ahead of Oda for sure.
Good job. That axle was
Chris Mabey and Coach Doug Lee, Mabey's third after the short program. Disappointing Canadians, missing the Olympic berth by just one place, coming fourth. And this will be his biggest event of the year, and he has a great chance to be on the podium. anxious for those scores. See the judging panel.
You have to remember that there are screens in front of those judges that are not only for inputting their mark, but they can also review any element that they wish to see again before they put their final marks in.
His technical score is
Well, the scores are in.
65.84.
65-84 for technical elements.
That's 5 points ahead of Oda.
65-72 for program components. This will be a new personal best for Chris Mabey.
From Canada has earned
Adding it with his short program score,
130.56 points.
the 130.56, a new personal best. Both are personal bests, but not enough to go by Oda.
His total competition score
So Mabey is in second place behind the Japanese junior, despite having the best free skate so far in Colorado Springs. What a way to end your season. Chris Mabey with congratulations from his coach. One skater to come when we come back to the men's final at the Four Continents Figure Skating Championships. Christopher Mabey the silver with one skater to come here in the men's free skate. This is Matt Savoy of the United States, currently ranked second after the short program, the bronze medalist at the U.S. Championships and the number 3 qualifier for the Torino Olympic Winter Games.
And it was a very close battle between Matt and Michael Weiss at U.S. Nationals for that third spot. But he came up with a very strong, clean performance at the U.S. Nationals to get that spot. Triple axel, double toe to open.
Well, he's seen what Chris Mabey has done. The pressure is on for him to match it.
That's the type of mistake that could very well come back to haunt him. Every triple jump is difficult. Triple sow is regarded as the easiest of the triples, but he did turn that one into a double.
This is one Olympian who's managed to combine his rigorous skating schedule with a pretty tough course load. He already has a degree in political science from Bradley University, is now working on his master's in environmental planning. No bird course.
There are some things in this new scoring system that the skater has direct control over. One of them being the jumps that they execute in the course of the program. The men are given 8 what we call jumping opportunities or jump windows. And although you cannot have a direct effect on the second mark, you can on that first mark by making sure that in every one of those jump opportunities you make the very most of them. And so far here today, Matt hasn't capitalized on that.
Another missed opportunity there. That should have been a triple Lutz. It was a single. He's looking a little bit lost out here in this program. And another double Lutz. Program you want to be taking with you to the Olympic Games. He came off a huge, fantastic performance at the U.S. Nationals. That's the energy you want to take to the Olympic Games, not this. You really have to question that decision to come to this event so close to the Olympic Games.
Matt Savoy with a weak free skate.
It will all depend on how he mentally deals with it. This is the situation where he could say to himself, okay, that did not go well. I've got that out of my system, so the next one is going to be so much better.
He only managed 2 triple jumps in this program. That was one of them, the triple axel double toe combination. And there's the popped triple Lutz. What should have been a triple Lutz.
So Matt Savoy looking disappointed here as he awaits his marks with coach Linda Brainin. And these are low. Technical elements 46.09. And for program components way up. 68.42, the highest program components in the men's competition.
Matthew Savoy of the United States.
He was second after the short program. Will add his free skate and short program together? No. Third. So Savoy drops 1 place to third. He will be on the podium, securing a bronze medal. But Barb and Paul, as you mentioned, psychologically and from a confidence point of view, not the way he wanted to go to the Torino Olympic Winter Games. Here are the final standings. Nobunari Oda, in a bizarre free skate, hangs on to win the gold medal. Christopher Mabey with the best free skate for Canada, the silver, and Savoy holding on to the third and bronze medal position. Marc-Andre Craig fourth, and the other Canadian, Nicholas Young, down in 11th. A smile on the face of young Oda after that unusual free skate in which he went for a walk twice and cleared his head following the crash in the triple axel.
And a big moment for Chris Mabey after, missing out on the opportunity to go to the Olympic Games. To finish second at this competition will certainly boost his confidence looking forward to next year.
Matt Savoy, a somber third-place bronze medalist. Still to come, the free dance, the final competition from the 4 continents figure skating championships.